Hello everybody, Seven Fox here, bringing you a visual novel, Cupid. A visual novel, okay, that's all right there. This is actually going to be one of my first videos that I'm going to be recording for this. So, hooray, right? Let's all try and have a good time, enjoy a good story. We have some nice, decent pictures here. I don't know what to do with them. And so, let's start this. Actually, to let everyone know, I'm going to be actually playing this with the mature filter off. And if anything comes up, I'll try and blur it out. I'll try to... Oh, no. There we go. Return. Okay. So, without further ado, let's get this started. I love you. Beautiful way to start this off. I love you, I love you. I love you. There's no need to explain. It's only natural. A mother loves her daughter more than anything else in the world. And on a final note, actually, I'm not going to be trying to do any voices. I don't want to strain my throat here. He hates you, doesn't he? The whole lot of them despise you, don't they? Chasing you into the forest and gouging a hole in your leg. Okay, starting off a little violent. All because you smiled at their husbands. Oh, women! The wives were chasing me, gouged a hole in my leg. And you know what? You deserve it. Oh, do I? You freak. Well, that's just plain hurtful. You disgusting, horrible, filthy little girl. Well, now you're just trying to make me feel bad. Didn't I tell you to stay away from them? You never listen. Serves you right for being the little slut you are. Well, what a lovely life. ... But you don't have to worry, my darling. It's alright. Really? Because after what you said to me, it doesn't really seem alright. Even if the whole world wishes you dead, I promise you this. Your mother will always be by your side. Insulting me? Like, wow. Priest, my goodness, child, whatever has happened to you? Oh, that is, gouge, if I've ever seen one. And I haven't really. A girl was slumped in the doorway, soaked by the rain. Her legs were covered in dirt and blood. She lifted her head upon hearing the priest's voice and stared at him with blank eyes. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. She hobbled forwards, her bloodied leg giving away. Automatically, the priest rushed forward to steady her. Years of spiritual training has prepped him for the most unexpected of guests to his church. He sprung into action. He ushered her to a pew, brought her out some clean cloth and antiseptic, and began to bandage the leg on her wound. Well, let's give a thumbs up to the most prepared priest. Yet, throughout all this, he found that he couldn't take his eyes off her. Off her how? Like, am I beautiful? I surely look beautiful, a little scruff here and there, but boy am I beautiful. He would be gazing at the roll of bandages in his hand, deciding how to tie them, and then, out of nowhere, he would be staring into her eyes. Even with all the mud and grime smeared across her face, he couldn't deny that she was absolutely beautiful. How old was she? 20? 18? 16? Why are we going lower? Her face was so young. The priest had long since aged past his desire for the opposite sex, but somehow, something about her enraptured him. Okay, Mr. Priest guy, I'm gonna ask you to step back 5 feet, please. When he realized his own thoughts, he quickly steered his mind towards other matters. Yes, like a proper priest should. My child, what happened to you? She seemed to take all the time in the world before responding. He looked at me. Looked? He looked at me. And he touched me. Oh, did something already happen? And then he started to kiss me. Yeah, something has already happened. Oh, God. At first, the priest didn't understand. Then he realized with a jolt of anger what she meant. Yes, we should be angry at them and not become them, priest. Mr. Priest. It was happening more and more often nowadays. What? It should not be happening more and more often nowadays. Quick side note. I believe this game is set in a... I actually don't remember. It was supposed to, I think like maybe 18th, 17th century France? Oh, I'm not sure. Hang on, give me a second. It's gonna bug me till I find out. 18th. It is 18th century France. Okay. I had to know that was gonna bother me, the whole thing. Alright, where were we? Ah, yes. The odd occurrences of, bad things. The young men of France these days were spirited, uncontrollable ruffians. A lady walking home by herself one night would be prey to a few number of them. Lust. One of the 7 deadly sins, the one that the priests personally despised the most. Furrowing his brow in sorrow, the priest laid a hand on her thigh. I said 5 feet, please, sir. You are safe now, child. God's house is a sanctuary for the faithful. I don't think he'll protect me. Why is that? He looked at her in confusion. Yes, why is that? You see, Father, I have sinned again. Right there among the pews before the altar of God, she bowed her head. I'm sorry. Was she apologizing to him or to someone else? Her hair hid her face and her eyes, and the priest could make neither head nor tail of her. Nor tail! He suddenly realized that his hand was still on her thigh, and he hurriedly drew it away. Yes! That should not be there, sir. 5 feet. I'm sorry. She repeated this phrase over and over. After a while, the priest got up. Don't fret, child. You are not to blame. I will contact the local constable, but in the meantime, you are free to make yourself at home here. I will fetch you a hot drink. He patted her head and left to go to the back room. She remained seated on the pew, her head bent forward. As the priest's footsteps faded away, the entire church fell into silence. Ah yes, beautiful silence. Now that it was the dead of night, the clouds covered the sky. Barely a sliver of moonlight filtered through the stained glass. The girl sat alone in a ring of darkness. ... She opened her mouth. No, I know. If I may say my piece, surely. Are we talking to someone? ... Yes, yes, mother. Ah, we are talking to a mother. Where is this mother? But he is so very kind. Oh, is she saying something about the priest? Haven't you learned your lesson, idiot? I fear for your safety. Oh, am I making the choice? Oh, I am. Well, my first choice. I guess, saying this as the mother. And personally, I do not feel like calling my child an idiot, so let's go with I fear for your safety. Child, follow mother's words and leave. You saw the look in his eyes, didn't you? ... You cannot stay here. Even a man of God can stain you with the filthiest colors. True there, but let's give the guy a chance. He's doing his best, but his best may not be enough. Ooh, ... Be a good girl and follow mother's words. But... But... It is cold outside, mother. Ugh, itchy eye, itchy eye. Ugh. The rain has not let up. Can't I stay? No, alright. Do I take the chance with Mr. Priest? Or do I take the chance with Mr. Cold? As much as I hate it, I'm gonna take the chance with Mr. Priest. This may be a bad thing, but oh well. I suppose you can, but you must be wary of everyone in this church. Do you understand? You are so weak, my darling. You give my heart so much pain. I'm sorry, Mother. I will try my best to stay out of trouble. How am I going to mind you like this? You attract so much misfortune everywhere you go. ... The mother is saying this is all your fault, my poor child. Let's not go pointing fingers now. My stupid little girl. I didn't want to say stupid. I voted for poor child, not stupid little girl. Always a blight, aren't you? Well, now we're just saying things I don't want to say. Whatever will you do without me? I'm sorry, Mother. Thank you for always guiding me. It is all my fault. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. ... The girl sat in silence. Mother was right, after all. She was always right. Everything was her fault. Her fist shook with a mixture of fear and conviction. She had to do penance. Wait a minute. Penance? That's like... punishment? Yeah, it's punishment of the physical kind, I believe. Mother, give me strength. There is something I wish to do. The girl rose from the pew. In front of her was the altar, and on top of the altar was an ornately decorated cross. I hope I said that right. It was as wide as her head, and the tip of the cross had been crafted such that it was razor sharp. Let's not go doing anything that we'd regret. She left the pew, knelt briefly, and then walked up. Knelt? Kelt? Whoa, knelt. Knelt briefly and then walked over to the altar. Don't tell me. You're quite sure you're doing this? The girl's arm trembled ever so slightly. What other way is there for me to atone? She picked up the cross. I said let's not do anything we'd regret. With something razor sharp, let's put that back. Oh, my darling daughter. Mother's proud of you. Why am I proud? What the heck? Why am I proud? Slowly she brought the sharp end close to her face, and then like a good person, insane person, she put it back and realized she might be going crazy. So close that it hovered just above her left eye. And then I'm afraid of hitting space. I really am. I was right to be afraid. Well then, let me introduce Chapter 1, The Star and the Cross. I completely missed that last part. But, hey, we're back. We have somewhat of an outfit, and we're covering our left eye. Because we did a little something. Anyway, a scruffy young girl in tattered clothes peeped through the open gates of... Oh, God. This is not good. Alright, I've never spoken French before. I only know a little bit. You know, the mediocre stuff. Like, oui, oui. Yes. I hope. Let's get this. Peeked through the gates of Châtier de du Somel. Somel? Oh God, this is not gonna be good. An afternoon Gautier was being held in the gardens. What, like a little party? People from high-class estates strolled around the manicured gardens while chatting loudly with one another. There were beautiful ladies clad in silk and velvet, their necks adorned with pearls and jewels. A variety of foods was displayed on the tables. The girls stared at the table. Yeah, we're hungry. She hadn't eaten properly for the past few days. And we're hungry. Yeah, I just said that. Are you hungry, child? We must not linger. Hey, I wanna keep this girl, my daughter, safe and happy and healthy. Are you hungry, child? Are you hungry, my dear? Yes. Yes, mother. Rose girl. We got a name. Rose girl. It's better than question marks. Don't you worry. Mother will provide. How? You're in my head. ... You do not need those high-class foods anyway. Yeah. You ever see those high-end restaurant foods? Where it's just like you order a steak and you get like a tiny square with some sauce. God, those people must be starving. They will upset your stomach. ... Wait, what can be in them that will upset our stomach? Expensiveness? Yeah. Every time I see something expensive, I get weak in the knees. God, it's the worst thing. Now, we've stayed long enough. Let us leave. That's the same thing as like we must not linger. Surely we can look around for a bit. It's still a little early. I am tired. I apologize. I'm gonna be yawning every now and again. I'm gonna do my best not to yawn. There was something else that called to her, other than the party itself. She walked to and fro from the gates, peeking at the crowd, despite the urgings of her mother to leave. Just a tiny glance would be enough. The girl smiled at the thought of him. Oh, we're looking for him. Well then, allow me to be the judge of this him. The owner of the château, the Marquis de Gueux. The girl was drawn to him. He wasn't the same as other people. He seemed different, somehow. He was kind to her and would always hand her food when she delivered flowers. Her heart felt at ease with him. He is the same as everyone. I do not care for him. Well, personally, I don't like either of these options. I don't know the man. I haven't seen him. I haven't had a chance to have a little chat with him. But personally, what I would think of someone who owns this place and throwing this kind of party, this château? No, that's the name of the building, I think. Grandier? I think it's a Grandier. I'm pretty sure he'd be the same as everyone. He's the same as everyone. Greedy. Insatiable. Insatiable? Maybe not for you, but for someone else. But he is a kind man, mother. Ugh. Don't let his kindness fool you. Sweetest tongue hides sharpest tooth, child. Oh. Boy, is that a saying. She bit her lip. With that sharpest fang. No, it's sharpest tongue. Or what? Who knows. Why do you even bother with him? ... He makes me feel like there are still good people in the world, mother. There are no more good people in the world, child. It is hard to say. Yes, there could be at least one good hero. A hero above them all. It's hard to say. It is hard to say, of course, dear. We do not know the real intentions people have. One can hope that real charity exists. But even good people will always put their needs first. Even your precious Marquise. Don't you think I'm a good person, mother? Of course I do. Of course not. God, I can be so mean. But no, of course I do. I'm a kind soul. Of course, child. You are special. You have a mother in your head. Haven't I raised you as such? I have tried my best, my dearest. Yes, mother. You keep me right. I love you. The girl stared at her shoes and looked around for a bit, hoping for just a glance before she left. And there he was. There was no harm in looking, she reasoned. She would never enter the Marquise world. Let her heart be filled with hope. Oh God, I should not be doing this late. He turned his eyes in her direction. Did he smile at her? The girl's heart stopped. Did he recognize her? She beamed. Court Lady 1. My, is this creature deaf as well as dumb? People are so mean in this game. Court Lady 2. It might be, poor thing. Oh, I'm in it now? How dare you, lady? Mademoiselle? A voice called to the rose girl. She gasped. There she gasped. It seemed that somebody else had noticed her presence. She turned to leave. No, no, my dear, poor little creature, don't run away. You called me an it. Charlotte, she stinks, don't touch her. Oh, why thank you, Court Lady 3. Came to crash the party, little urchin. You hungry? Well, I haven't eaten in a few days. I'm a little hungry. I don't know about crashing the party, get a little snack and leave, not make a big uproar. Her stomach gave a low rumble. She was always hungry, it seemed, no matter how much or how little she ate. Encouraged by the kindness the Marquise had shown her, the girl approached the women. Ooh, that's not good. She teetered towards their table. What are you selling? Look at this poor creature. Is she selling roses? These are all ugly ones. Well, I can't have the most beautiful lady. Or, I can't have the most beautiful, lady. Or Miss Court Lady 3. But not as appeasing. Oh. But not as appalling as the rags she is covering herself in. Are you trying your best not... Are you... Oh, God. Okay. Are you trying your best to be this repulsive? I kinda wish I didn't finish the sentence. Now, don't be mean, Antoinette. Perhaps it's the commoner fashion nowadays. Yes, I follow all commoner trends. They laughed while gawking at her and her wares. Oh, well then. Ugh, I'm so sorry. Perhaps you don't understand commoner fashion, but this is high-end stuff. Oh my, she only has one eye. Oh, well now you're just being offensive. Don't go talking about my one eye. Ghastly. But I can't look away. The other lady nodded her head. Like a sideshow attraction, you mean? I wouldn't say that. The freaks of the carnival. Well, those freaks are... I wouldn't say I'm one of the freaks. She's darling in her own dirty, monstrous way. Could we stop? Maybe we can keep it. Okay, I'm not an it that you can keep. I'm not like that poor puppy on the side of a road. In the box. Hello? Do you want some bread, urchin? Well, if I get some bread, I'll take the name calling. ... Well, speak up. Maybe her tongue is short. Add that to the list of her sterling qualities. Quiet, Antoinette. Come on, don't be shy. ... Do you want some food? I would love some food. Let us hear you speak. Yes, madame. What? Yes, madame. I would be grateful. One of the ladies clapped in mockery at her reply. Okay, you asked for a reply, and now you're just... Oh, she talks. Okay, Court Lady 3 is so mean right now. The ladies handed her the bread, but it was snatched away just before her fingers grazed it. Aha! Oh, Court Lady 2, no. Not before you dance for us first. Okay, then I can take getting insulted, but I will not dance for my food. That's where I draw a line. Oh, make her do a handstand. I've seen one of the street people do that. Quite marvelous. Now, I'd like to see that. This party is getting quite boring. Well, come on, ma bête. better. Dance for your food. The girl looked at the beautiful, cruel faces of the woman. God, I thought that's a crude. That look on them. It was a burning desire to hurt something simply because they could. Yeah, that's what the rich do. Those mean people. Meh. She knew that look. Before they touched her and hurt her, they had that look burning in her eyes. Aw, look what you did, Claudette. She's shivering like a leaf, poor thing. The lady was laughing as she said those words. Oh, I thought you were being sincere. I didn't do anything. She should be grateful we're even offering her this much. You're selling for a certain service, not offering. Besides, these commoners are supposed to be jolly in their misery. You seem to have a misunderstanding of commoners. Come on, girl, show us your joy. I have no joy. Not after what you've done to me today. The girl moved away as they laughed. Mother, please save me. Mother, didn't I tell you to leave? Didn't I tell you people are cruel? I did say people could be cruel. I didn't say leave. But, didn't I tell you people are cruel? Haven't I taught you this time and again? People are cruel. Now, you see it firsthand. Hey there. Oh, little child, she looks like a doll. Like, oh my god. A child's voice came out from behind her. It belonged to a girl around 7, with chubby cheeks and a look of curiosity in her eyes. She wore an old blue dress, somewhat patched at the corners, but kept clean and tidy. She was not rich, but she had an air as if she owned the ground she stood on. Another commoner. This party is absolutely teeming with them. The Marquise loved these things. Heard he picks them randomly from the street. The Marquise? Nah, he wouldn't do that. Maybe I should get me one too. Or maybe you could just go on your way home, Miss Little Court Lady One. Do you think it is fashionable abroad? In this in his birth country, I mean? Persia? No, I heard he was from India. I heard a rumor that he's a bastard son of a Greek queen. Goodness, that is so far-fetched. I could barely pronounce his name, though. He really should change it to something more acceptable. Who knows what kind of demons he might attract with such a blasphemous name. It must be why all these nasty, horrid little creatures flock around him. These ladies are insulting a name. I don't even know the name of the guy. All I know is he's a Marquise, whatever that is. Oh, devil or not, I'll forgive him if he kisses my hand. Oh, looking for that kind of thing, huh? The ladies laughed. Salope, I think. Aren't you shameless? Don't lie. We all know why we're here. Wait. Hang on. Back 1 second. We all know why we're here. Okay, I read that right. It sounded a little weird. The ladies gossiped among themselves, openly ignoring the girl. The young girl took the slighting with a shrug. She approached the table and asserted her presence. What you doing? Goodness, they don't take a hint, do they? Throw something shiny. It might distract them. How dare you? I would never. Run away. If you just throw something shiny at me, I'd be more offended. Hey, you've been holding that bread for a long time. Aren't you gonna give it to her? She's being kind. Yes, thank you, Miss Dollface. She pointed at the shabby rose vendor. Oh, I'm shabby now. It's better than a horrid side freak show. Why do you care? Do you want the bread for yourself? I bet she's hungry too. I know. Maybe we should toss the bread and see if they'll fight for it. Hey. I'd obviously win. The ladies laughed to themselves. The girl stared at them with confusion. Her brows furrowed in a childlike understanding. Oh, what was that shaking? Next thing everyone knew, she had swiped the bread from the woman's hand. Yes, go, dollface! Oh my! Ha! How rude! Oh, that's rude. Allow me to revert back to 5 minutes ago when you were insulting me. That is rude, lady. Horrible, filthy little girl. Give that back. The girl sniffed the piece of bread and nibbled at the surface. Yummy. It's still warm. I like this girl. She shoved the bread in the urchin's face. Oh. The scrumptious scent of bread flooded the rose girl's nose. Lick it. The sugared bread tastes good. No, you devil child. Give that back. The urchin licked it. Her tongue was coated in sweetness. She stood there, squeezing the taste in her tongue. The girl grinned at her, and she couldn't help but grin back. Yes, we got bread! Sorry, here you go. It's all yours. Ugh, disgusting. Like we're going to eat anything that's been in your filthy mouths. You know what? Fine. I'll accept that. I accept verbal abuse, but I will... That's about it. Wow, so this is ours now? You ladies are so nice. Cheeky little brat. I'll have you thrown out of this party. I'll have you. Oh. Oh, who is this now? Is this Mr. Marquis with a awfully to pronounce name? He's got a little, like a little lion pendant? Necklace? I don't know what that is. It's like a belt buckle for the necktie. A young man strode to the commotion. A sweet scent lingered as he passed. The rose girl felt her mouth well up. Is this the man? Is this the Marquis? His presence filled her body, almost as if her hunger was abdated. I think that was the word. She blushed furiously. What a strange effect he had. Oh God. Glemme. Glemme. I'm going with Glemme. Ladies. Oh, Sire Glemme. Oh man. This is just lovely. I just came to check in on my esteemed guest. Is everything alright? Are you enjoying yourselves? One of the ladies started fanning herself with obvious annoyance. Well, these little beasts have been harassing us. Hey, you started it. I was gonna leave. Yes, my lord. We were just minding our own business when this girl swiped the food off our table. That is a lie. That is a blatant lie, sir. How horrible little nits. The girl stuck out her tongue at them. A lady wiped her eyes in mock tears. Oh God, the dramatic type. See, look at that. It's obvious. It's absolutely monstrous how these children act around adults now. There is no respect, monsieur. I worry for the next generation. Oh, Charlotte, don't cry. Well, my lord, we would all breathe a little easier if those children were sent on their way. Yes, who knows what kind of mischief they might be up to. They might set fire to the tables, you see. Well, that's a little too far. Oh. Or steal our jewelry. In fact, I think my pocket watch is missing. No, how unfortunate. One of the ladies continued with her childish wailing. It is, monsieur. It's unfortunate how you allow your important guests to be treated this way. Please deal with these vermins. Throw them out now. Oh, my sweet ladies, I am stricken with grief at your misfortunes. I hope that is like sarcasm you're using there. Allow me to offer my heartfelt apologies. Unfortunately, this child is my important guest today, and you are, sad to say, paltry squatters. Excuse me? Madame Charlotte of Montpellier? I don't remember sending you an invite. Oh, crashing the party, Miss Charlotte. Same for you, Lady Antoinette of Rennes and Lady Claudette of Leon. They were all party crashers. These ladies. Most people I invited are huge patrons of music. This is why they are here today. They came to listen to Mademoiselle Catherine Louis Perride. She is The 7-year-old piano prodigy who played for the Queen last summer. Oh. Playing for the Queen at 7 years old. Ooh, that is a ring. That is impressive, mademoiselle. Using the French term here. The man pointed at the girl busily chewing her half of the bread. The Rose girl just stared at the unfolding situation. Ooh, well, that's... I am sure you were aware of that, were you not? ... Ooh, they were not, because they were not invited. No matter, I am always happy to see you ladies. It is my pleasure to have you here. But I hope you don't mind giving some of the food away to my townspeople. That is why I keep my gates open. My servers are instructed to serve anyone who passes by, not just my guests. Oh, polite man. This looks like charity. Looks like, but we don't know if he has any ulterior motives. I'll keep my eye on you, sir. But don't you fret, my darlings. There's plenty more to be served. The ladies blushed in embarrassment. One of them began to fan herself even faster. Excuse me. The Marquise walked up to the two girls. Why, hello, sir. I tipped my, hood to you. The Rose girl's heart beat so fast it made her head feel light and dizzy. Calm down, Rose girl, calm down. She had never been this close to him. It made her feel a mixture of fear and elation. Lady Catherine. Catherine, I think that's the name, right? Catherine, I'm not mispronouncing that? Your father has been looking for you. It is almost time for your performance. We get to see her perform. Yay. The girl looked up at the Marquise and did a little curtsy. My apologies, sire. I didn't mean to cause a clatter. Guillemette chuckled. I saw the whole thing, ma chérie. Ma chérie. You put those ladies in their place. They were being mean to her. Guillemette narrowed his eyes at the quiet girl. She hid behind her basket of roses. She couldn't look at him directly. He was like the sun. It hurt just to be in his presence. Yet there was relief in her heart as she stepped closer to him. I've seen you before, haven't I? The Rose girl nodded and made a curtsy. I deliver roses to your house sometimes, sire. Yes. The girl with the sweetest face. Oh, I wouldn't say sweetest, but thanks. He's getting to me, to be honest. The Rose girl blushed. I love your roses, by the way. Oh, I thank you. I actually don't know how I got these roses. Do I grow them? Do I take them from someone? Do I steal them? They stay fresh longer than they should. You've tended to them with love. Thank you, sire. Do you have a name, young lady? ... Do we get to learn her name? Is she no longer going to be a Rose girl? What's the matter? ... Is it alright, young lady? If you would rather... Let's call her Rosa. Oh, I'm being named? Rosa, it fits her. I think she forgot her name, or she lost it. Oh, is that the problem? Ooh. The Marquise nodded wisely. A valid point. Are you alright with that, Rosa? Well, you seem to be fine with it, already calling me that. Yes. Okay. We are now Rosa. Come on, Rosa. You'll watch me play, right? Her eyes started from the girl to the Marquise. Oh, Sir Gilly doesn't mind. Sir Gilly. Gilly? Yeah, see, we're questioning it. He's really nice to me and my family. And he helps the people around town, too. He won't throw you out. The Marquise held his right hand in the air as if swearing an oath. I won't. See? Come now, you're invited now. You're my special guest. Yay, I'm special guest Catherine / Dollface. I mean, look at that. Those little rosy cheeks. They look like giant pimples. I don't want to be mean, but that's what they look like. It's ridiculous. There's plenty of food inside too, Rosa. Please help yourself. Thank you, sire. Rosa is coming. Yay! Now, this is my first public performance, Rosa. I am a bit nervous. Catherine Catherine scratched her head. What will I do if I make a mistake? Papa will be very upset. The Marquise knelt in front of Catherine and rubbed her shoulders fondly. Fondly? Shoulders? Rubbing? Galeme. Ooh. Give me a little... I don't know what I'm going for. What's the word? I got nothing. You won't make a mistake, ma chérie. As long as you put your heart into the keys. Play to touch your audience, and any mistake won't matter. Do you understand? Catherine stared at the Marquise. Not really. The man chuckled. You will someday. Just play your first song with me in your mind, will you? Something that you think will make me smile. Galeme held Catherine's... Oh my god. Galeme held Catherine's clear young eyes in his gaze. He kissed her hand. It was covered with sticky sugar and breadcrumbs. Catherine blushed. It was the first time she looked embarrassed by anything. It would be my pleasure, sir. Catherine tugged up. Oh, not tugged. Oh my god. Catherine trudged up the wooden podium and walked towards the middle of the stage. The crowd's chatter died down. Is that it? That was a fast applause. She curtsied in front of the audience, waved to her father, and stole a glance at Galeme. The man gave her a tiny nod. We get to hear the play. She sat down in front of the piano, admiring the cream and ebony keys beneath her fingers. Her own piano was broken and beaten. Father has sold his horse for it. Oh, what a lovely father. Sounds amazing. The A3 key never played, and the strings would creak when it was cold. But it had never failed her. She knew the keys like they were her own fingers. Oh. She whispered to her new piano softly, as if coaxing a beautiful, untamed animal. Let's be friends, okay? Aw, she's adorable. She looked at Rosa at the far end of the podium, watching her diligently. There was a renewed vigor in her blood. Oh God. She could hear the keys calling out to her. A song that would make him smile. She placed her fingers on the keys. She began to play. Is this a song? It's nice. It's nice so far. I'm sure it'll get more higher tempo, you know? At the ring of the first few notes, it became apparent to the audience that this girl was something special. There was a little girl, barely tall enough to reach the pedals of the piano, playing as if she owned it. I mean, technically she does. Oh wait, no. She was talking about her own piano. Yeah, this isn't hers. There were some times she'd miss a note or two, but that didn't matter. She played the song to make someone smile, and it touched everyone present. Her musical skill was by far beyond her years. Her fingers caressed the keys as if she was making a flower crown, carefully weaving the petals. She knew the correct way to tie the leaves so they wouldn't tear, like all smart little girls did. As the piano sang under her hands, Catherine seemed to disappear right in front of the audience's eyes. She was just a vision, after all, somebody leading them down a dream. This is a lot to describe, just a person playing a piano, but what do I know about music, right? A dream of a garden, the springtime, the shade of a tree on a windy day. The couples in the audience tightened their grip on the hands of their partners. Someone closed their eyes and let the music saturate their soul. Sweet memories of youth, a first love, the yawn of a newborn. Rosa's eyes shone as she stared at Catherine. Her heart was captured by this image. A young girl swaying her head to the music, smiling as the notes poured out of her. She couldn't take her eye from Catherine's glow. Was this happiness? Was this love? She looked like she was in love. And she was, wasn't she? In her innocence, she was still in love with life. Oh, I thought it was going to be in love with, like, a person, but, in love with life is good. In love with her family, with her pets, in love with every new discovery. She was full of hope. It was a bittersweet feeling for Rosa. A happy teardrop rolled down her cheek. She wanted to warm herself in that hope, if she could. In the audience, Guilherme and Catherine's father sat beside each other. It's the father, dude, I have to say. Mr. Father, or Sire Paride. Good job selling a horse for the piano. Oh, that's beautiful. That gets my heart. Sir Paride, your daughter is amazing. She is, isn't she? Oh god, what the hell is that? Francois? I mean, pardon my arrogance, my liege. I'm a very proud father, you see. No pardon necessary, sire. She was found. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, calm down. Has she found a sponsor yet? The Duke of Versailles once spoke to me about it, but we have not made any agreements. Then I must steal her away as soon as possible. Sire? I'm sorry, what? I'd like to be Catherine's primary sponsor, if that is alright with you. Why, sire? And to further cement my status, that piano she is playing right now, it is hers. I've bought it for her. Oh, well, now it's hers. She does own it. Francois's eyes widened in astonishment. That is Francois sculpt. That is beyond generous, sire. Guilherme smiled. Well, I must make it hard for you to refuse, you see. Yes, the art of business. I took the opportunity of asking you outright. You see, the Duke might offer an extravagant piano plated in gold. In that case, oh god. In that case, I have no choice but to humbly concede. Ooh, what? I am kidding. The Duke of Versailles is the worst miser you will ever meet. The man chuckled. I think I missed a joke. I don't know if I missed a joke, but something funny enough happened for them to get a chuckle. Of course, I shall be paying for her musical tutoring as required, along with her ample stipend to accommodate your family. ... Ooh, giving them a new home? Oh, that's fantastic. You don't have to look so surprised, Monsieur Paride. Your daughter is a star. There is an Ephraim scene. God, I am gonna get so corrected. This is gonna be awful. Ephraim scene about her that enraptures the soul. There is no doubt in my mind that she will succeed. Succeed. Thank you. Thank you deeply, my liege. Please, call me by my name, monsieur. Let me remind you, this generosity isn't without charge. Her tutoring will be done at my house. I want to mentor her progress. Apart from that, I'd very much like Catherine to visit me and play from time to time. Music is one of my true passions. Her presence would benefit my mood tenfold. Of course, sire, that is a small price to pay for all your offers. On the contrary, monsieur, I apologize that I am messing up so many sentences. You don't have to decide now. Kindly think about it. Thank you, my lord. Sir Guilherme. After the performance, Catherine and Rosa went to the Marquis' garden to play. Francois and Guilherme lingered on their table, sorting out the details of Catherine's further education. Oh, why hello, madam. Emily Parade wandered about the crowd, searching for a familiar face. Oh, part of the Parade family. But the question is, what part? The wife, the sister, another daughter? That'd be the same. Like an aunt? She had arrived halfway through Catherine's performance, just in time to gush at her little sister's applause. Well, there we go, sister. Unfortunately, she couldn't hear her father in the crowd. When she finally caught sight of the back of his head, she approached him hastily. Father, there you are. I've been looking all over for. Emily stopped as she saw the man her father was talking to. It was none other but the Marquis himself. She fixed her hair self-consciously and curtsied. My lord, pardon my intrusion. I didn't realize. Glimmer smiled at her kindly. You are free to intrude any time, my lady. Emily smiled back. Just as the rumor said, the Marquis was easy on the eyes. Ah, yes, he is quite charming. Quite. To whom do I owe the pleasure of your acquaintance? This is my eldest daughter, Emily. Emily? I'm going with Emily. Pardon me for not introducing her sooner. Charmed. Glenmit offered her a seat. Emily sat down across the man. Well, it seems talent and good looks run in the family. Oh, being all kind to her, I see. Franquis rubbed his neck. Yes, my daughters are my pride and joy. Thankfully, they both took after their mother. Ah, don't be like that, Mr. Parade. I had to look down for his name. You are quite handsome yourself. Do not down yourself like that. Surely not, Monsieur Parade. The eyes are yours, earnest and loving eyes. See, me and this guy, we think on the same level. Emily snorted at such sappy words. Her father was clearly basking in the compliments. If this really was the famous Golemme the rumors talked about, then he wasn't exactly much of a charmer, was he? She didn't know what all the fuss was about. The ladies in the house she worked for could not seem to stop talking about this man. Admittedly, there was something morbidly curious about the way he looked at people. Like he was always distracted and could only say words that were expected of him. I'm pleased to have finally met you, sire. I've heard a lot about you on my travels. All good things, I hope. Depends on the tabloid and the day of the week. Emily thought to herself and chuckled. Oh, I would have said that out loud. I have like a small filter a lot of things get through. You are a governess, I was told. Where do you work? Oh, I'm a governess. I hear the word governess, I don't know what that truly is. With the Dimitri household, sire. Ah, yes, I heard you were marrying into the family soon. Oh. Oh, father, I told you not to tell anybody yet. I didn't. But you know how people talk. Word travels fast. Sure words had never been said. Pardon the comments, then, my lady. Please. Your betrothed is a lucky man, I'm sure. The conversation endured through the afternoon. Alright, so. I'll be right back. Give me a quick second. just went to get myself some water here. Because, oh god, their conversation endured through the afternoon, as it says here. Small talk, musical composers, their little town, Catherine's musical background, Franquist's students, Emily's work. Emily played with her napkin, offering droll opinions on the particularly droll topics. All throughout the exchange, Emily observed the infamous Marquis de Gueule. This was him? Are you not impressed? Are you overly impressed? What does this mean? The audience's the audacious, shameless flirt of the royal court and tabloids? According to the rumors, he was able to bed both the widowed Countess of Devonshire and her daughter. Oh, my, Guillemette, my opinion of you is starting to lower slightly, but this is a rumor. At the same time, oh. Well, that changes things. If that is true, quite impressive, sir. But opinion is lowering. Ugh. And even had a tumultuous relationship with the Prince of Garnet. He plays both sides of the field. He didn't limit himself to royalty, or so the tabloids said. His latest fling was with an English poet, who, they said, almost killed himself when he was caught with another man. Or woman. At this point, who knew what was real and what was a blatant lie made up by the newspapers? She had looked forward to meeting him, and here he was finally, talking about sampling new bakeries, creme brulee. She couldn't say she was disappointed exactly, but the Marquis was a depressingly normal man. Maybe even boring, Emily ventured. Oh, so she's unimpressed. She watched as his gaze flickered across her hair and her nose before lazily trailing away. How infuriating. She wondered if she would suddenly say something coy, or insist to dance with her. Oh, if he would say something coy. Just something outrageous, honestly, so she could shoot him down. This man whom everyone was interested in. That would be a small victory for reasonable women everywhere. Yes, you go, girl. But the Marquis was nothing but polite. He did not ogle. He did not touch unnecessarily. No audacious gestures or suggestive winks of the eye. He would not even look at her for more than 2 seconds. Maybe she was not pretty enough to flirt with? Emily bit her lip. She shouldn't be thinking that. But there were also times that he would quietly look into her eyes when the conversation lulled. When the words spoken were without meaning, their eyes would converse further. Oh Jesus. This man is glowing. To Emily, he started to look lonely underneath the facade of caprice, I think. He seemed tired of all the gallivanting, the rumors and the numerous flings. We were all a little lonely, aren't we? Perhaps even he. He invited the family over to his chateau and commented on how empty the building felt sometimes. Music was his guilty pleasure. It got him through the cold nights, he said with a sad grin. Sad grin? I guess. But a grin is like a goofy smile, or like a half smile. Oh yeah, I guess what they're saying. It's like you're looking down, you have like that half smile. Yeah, I guess I get what they're saying. Um, you wouldn't mind a warm soul to touch. And before she could stop herself, Emily had begun to imagine his lips on her neck. Emily, what happened to shooting him down? On one of those. Oh, Jesus, cold. Oh, what? Nights. What was that? I saw a weird grin on his face. Emily shook her head, trying to erase the thoughts of her mind. Yes, please. Ooh, God. We're trying to stay formal here. They were having a perfectly mundane conversation. She didn't know where those thoughts came from. Fortunately, her father didn't seem to notice. Music and loneliness struck a nerve with Farquhar Parade. He had immersed himself in his musical tutoring, his students, and Catherine, ever since his wife had gotten sick. It had been 6 years. But sometimes the nights were cold. For Farquhar, the Marquis was speaking to his soul. He was a kindred spirit. He wasn't a pompous showboat like all the other royalty Catherine had played for. The Marquis even had a wine collection he wanted to show Farquhar. Such a down-to-earth, generous young man. Emily, your face is flushed. Are you alright? Oh God, he noticed. Emily, quickly. Put the flushes away. Put the flushes away. Think innocent thoughts. Innocent thoughts. Walking through a nice little park. The feeling of a warm fire as you sit next to it. I'm fine. Just the sun, probably. Yes, blame it on the sun. That was not true, of course. But we won't let him know that. The afternoon sun had already lost most of its heat. Thankfully, Catherine provided a distraction. Oh, hey, welcome back. She ran towards their little huddle and flung her arms around her father's torso, chatting happily about gardens and butterflies. Oh yeah, that's right. They were playing in the garden. A young, ragged girl followed behind her. Rosa. Her name is Rosa, please. I thought we were going to use that. But I guess, in a sense, we're kind of thinking as Emily, so yeah, she doesn't know. Emily wasn't sure how old the girl was. Her dirty blonde hair hid the left side of her face, and it will stay hidden unless we get brave enough to show that off. But in 18th century France, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. You could see faint traces of scars peeking through. Could you? Well, I guess not here. Not on our screen. A surge of motherly affection caught hold of her heart. Hello there, young lady. The girl looked down at her torso, but she gave her a shy smile. I see you've made a crown of flowers. You look very pretty. Thank you, madam. Catherine gave it to me. Sister, this is Rosa. She's really nice. She knows the name of all the flowers in Sir Gilly's garden. Catherine, there you go again with your silly names. Sister, help me convince Papa to let Rosa stay with us. I'm getting a home. Catherine? Papa, please, let her stay with us. She doesn't have anywhere to go. No, now, Catherine, that is not very nice. Rosa here is a girl. She's not a kitten you can just pluck from the street and take home, like you always do with stray animals. I prefer puppy, sir. I said that earlier, and I'm sticking by it. Goodness knows we all have the stray cats of France living... Oh, goodness knows we have all the stray cats of France living in our house. Yes, I know she's not a kitten. I know she's a girl. But shouldn't we take her home even more so? Francois sighed. Guillaume chuckled under his breath. He was clearly enjoying this exchange. Your daughter has some unique, very unique views, Sir Parade. Well, Sir Gilly, what do you think? Huh? Huh? What? Don't bring me in this. Guillaume's face lost his casual bystander look. You're a marquise. I'm sure my father would follow your orders, right? What is a marquise? Is it just like a rich man? Does he have political power? What the heck? Shouldn't we take Rosa home? Guillaume's brows furrowed at being put on the spot so suddenly. He stole a glance at Farquhar, who was silently pleading with him with his eyes not to humor the child. He cleared his throat. Well, I'm sure it's up to your father since he owns the house. We will have to you will. I am so sorry. He will have to clothe and feed Rosa, you see. Yes, but I've got all figured out. Ever since sister moved to work, nobody. Oh Jesus! I instinctually hit space. I did not mean to. Let's go back a second. Ever since sister moved to work, nobody minds the house anymore, and I have to wash the dishes every time. Ugh, yes, the worst. Papa's so busy, and we always have enough food for the two of us. If Rosa stays, then I wouldn't be so lonely on my own. She'll wear sister's old clothes and won't mind the house when both sister and father are away. She can wash the dishes sometimes, and I'll wash them sometimes. Glemma and Farquis share the look. And besides, if it were up to me, I'd have people take one girl in their home and give her food. Ah, what a kind soul Catherine is. Girls don't even eat that much. Not sure about boys. Yes, I can say that we eat a good deal more than women. She thought for a bit. Well, I mean, do most women. I'm not making any assumptions as to how much you guys eat. But I'm sure it's not too much that people can't take them home too. One time I ate one whole plate of potatoes and my stomach hurt. If Rosa was there, I wouldn't have eaten so much. Maybe. I might still have eaten it, like challenge myself. Glemma couldn't help but laugh. Farquis rubbed his neck in embarrassment. I'm so sorry, Saya. She's very headstrong. Father, I'm sure taking Rosa in wouldn't be much trouble for us financially, yes? Oh, that's Emily. My new work pays better. I'm sure we can adjust. Well, about that. Perhaps if Rosa works in my household, it wouldn't be much of a burden to your family, Saya parried. Oh God, I'm gonna live in his house. Ooh. Lovely things could happen. Or not. Actually, wait, yeah, I'm still judging you. What the hell am I thinking? Those eyes. Those eyes that got Emily earlier. They will not get me, sir. They will not get me. Sir Gilly is great. Yes, but how great? God. Stop it. Stop it. You are truly a kind soul, sire. Not at all. I'm sure I need her help more than she needs mine. Isn't that right, Rosa? Well, what am I doing? How am I helping you? In that case, I would love to offer my home to Rosa. Although I am worried oh God, although I am still worried that this is supposed to be more complicated, sire. What about her family or her friends? Well, you see, got that covered. No family, no friends. I think of the future, sir. Are we violating any laws, perhaps? I'm not even sure. As long as it is consensual, sire, the details can be smoothed out later. The girl was quiet the whole time. She looked at her toes, or at Catherine. Oh yeah, this water was a great decision. Rosa, do you have any family, relatives, or friends you stay with? No, and no. No, sire. Yep, see? My mother died a long time ago. And now she lives in my head. She talks to me sometimes. Not right now. But she guides me always, yeah. So please don't be compelled to mind me. No, don't go back to the streets, Rosa. It's September. It's going to be really cold soon. Sir Gilly will even give you work. Stay with us. But Catherine. Farquis sighed in surrender. All right. She can stay for the night. ... Exclamation point. Papa. Just for tonight. Then we'll see if she wants to stay for longer. Catherine, you cannot hold people in their best. Okay. God. Where did best come from? You cannot hold people in their place just because you want them there. Do you understand? Oh, Okay, I'm getting what he's saying. If Rosa wants to leave, she may leave. We cannot keep her like an object. Guillemot cleared his throat. That is sound advice, Sir parried. Yes, Papa, I understand. Rosa, please make yourself comfortable in our home. Dot dot dot. Thank you. Papa is the best. Catherine turned to Guillemot again. Sir Gilly, don't you think if everyone with a house takes one person home, nobody would freeze in winter? You should make it into a law. They'll obey you because you're a marquise. Okay, I am very curious now. What is a marquise? Oh, okay then. Marquis, a nobleman ranking above a count and below a duke. What? What? I'm sorry. Okay, so Marquis is a rank of noblemen. Okay then. I don't know how the rankings go, but I'm above a count. Or I'm not. Guillemot is above a count. Good. Good for him. Okay, they'll obey you because you're a marquis, yes. And because you're tall. Oh, so people obey my orders because I'm tall. What a compliment. Well, you're taller than my papa, at least. He'll never be a marquis. Oh, pulling out them sick burns. Farquis pulled on his daughter's ear with embarrassment. Catherine, mind your manners. I'm so sorry, sire. Guillemot shook his head, his eyes trailing over the Paride family. Emily watched with curiously. That same sadness once again surfaced for the briefest moment. You have a lovely family, sire. I am quite jealous. You make me want to settle down myself someday. He chuckled. Maybe. Emily's heart skipped a beat. Did he just look at her when he said that? She couldn't be sure. Catherine is perfect the way she is. It is one of the reasons why I'm very invested in her. Aww. This is an adorable little picture. And I just want to point out his little lion pendant, like on his neck, or like right below it. That does not look like a lion at all. It looks nothing like what it used to. But other than that, cute picture. Oh, he's got an earring. I didn't know that. He has an earring. That's weird. Guillemot knelt down so that he was eye to eye with Catherine. He patted her head. You are a very intelligent and kind-hearted girl, Catherine. You are a star. Mon étoile. Someday, I know you will change the world. At least, I'd like to see you try. Double Jesus. Mother. Oh, what the? What was that? Help me. My chest. I can't breathe. Is that our mother? What the heck? We're having a flashback? No. Catherine? Oh god, that's a little disgusting, but Catherine? What? Okay, what a jump. Oh my god. Okay then, it's funny, is it not? Also, chapter 2, whatever that name was. I don't remember. I'm too. I'm too flabbergasted. Dot dot dot. They'll always leave you. Such is the way of the world. The more you love, the more you lose. Oh, it seems like they'll stay forever, but they never do. I'm the only one who stays, my lovely Rose. My love is the only love you need. You were always so weak. Back at the insults, can we stop insulting Rosa? Always so loving to people who do not deserve it. I told you to get rid of her, didn't I? I told you to be wary. I knew it from the start, my Rose. She was nothing but selfish. She led you astray. Am I choosing what she did? She was selfish. She led you astray. She was selfish. She led you astray. Let's say that she led us astray. Catherine was a curse. I wouldn't say curse. She drove you to a love I warned you about. I knew she would just cause you pain. I'm glad she is dead. I am glad you are back to me. Okay then, so let's think back on the last 5 minutes. Glenn knelt down and he gave Catherine a little pound in the head, like, you are a star. And then suddenly we get a jump to God knows how far in the future, and Catherine has hung herself. I'm so confused. Let's just say she is. We're glad she's back to us. I was so worried about you, darling. She almost led you astray, away from me. Trust in Mother, darling. I'm just glad to have you back to myself. ... Your silence bothers me, child. She was important to me, Mother. I loved her. Mother only laughed at Rosa as Rosa screamed out in pain. Let's not laugh. Rosa felt strong arms shake her awake. Whose arms? Galema. Rosa. Galema, tell me, how far in the future are we? She opened her eyes and was hit by a strange sadness that crushed her. She was dazed for a moment. Why was she so sad? And then she remembered. Her best friend was gone. She was gone. Rosa, oh. What's with this? I'm missing the word. What is it? I don't know. I can't get it. Rosa, how are you feeling? Glemma sat by her bed, a hand in hers. Rosa didn't realize she had been holding on to it tightly in her fitful sleep. She broke from his grasp and clutched her knees. Rosa? She remained silent. I came to check on you. You went into shock and lost consciousness. I can only imagine. Oh, did we just see it? Did that just... Oh, God, Rosa, I feel so bad. I thought we were having a memory and this is further in the future. But no, we just saw it. How hard it must be, or how hard it must have been for you to see her like that. His words echoed in her brain. Yet she did not register much of their meaning. Rosa still refused to speak, and Glemma fidgeted with his glove. The wake will take place as soon as possible, Rosa. I just wanted to let you know that she is being taken care of. He's hiding something. He is? Wait, Mother? What do you mean he's hiding something? There was a slight triumph in Mother's voice. ... He wants to get rid of her body as soon as possible. Okay, well, that could mean two things. One, that he's a terrible person, he caused it, and he just wants to get rid of it because he feels guilt. Or two, he doesn't like dead bodies in his house. And me personally, I would not like a dead body in my house. They'd start to rot, it'd start to smell. I'd like to get rid of it. Don't you see it, child? Tell me you're not falling for this. Rosa tired. Unless I see something myself, unless this game shows me that he is evil, I don't know what to believe. Mother, always the cynic, the cynic, would say such things. She hated anyone who came close to Rosa's heart. Rosa didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to deal with anyone right now. All she wanted to do was wallow in her loneliness. To curl up inside the hole Catherine had left behind and sleep. My child, tell me you see it. Remember the fear in Catherine's eyes in her last days? Look at how he is unperturbed by Catherine's death. You do seem quite normal. The only thing different about you is your outfit. Unperturbed, I guess. There's an absence of feeling in him, don't you see it? It goes beyond the usual apathy of loneliness. Did he even really love Catherine? How well do they even know? How well do you even know him, child? I've known him for as long as I knew Catherine, Mother. He is a close friend. I didn't ask how long you've known him, but how well. Ah, yes, two very important questions with two very important differences. Beyond the mask that he displays in public view, do you even know his past? Do you even know any of his ambitions or secrets? He was always a private man, Mother. Think back, child. Isn't it curious how all his past relationships have ended in disaster? Everything he touches crumbles. ... That is not enough to accuse him of anything. You idiot. He is different. He does not belong. You have felt it too, haven't you? What is she saying? Enough with the cryptic stuff. Be like he's evil. He's a I don't know, he's a monster. Rosa looked back at Guilherme with new eyes now. A hint of doubt slithered out from beneath her sadness. Rosa wanted something to blame, a cast for all her regrets. Guilherme seemed like the perfect candidate, didn't he? Yes, you're finally seeing it. Open your eyes, child. It made sense. It did. Guilherme and Catherine's relationship began to pewter off into coldness right before she died. Her mental instability only served to compound the fracture in their relationship. Perhaps Guilherme was tired of her and had her killed off for convenience. Guilherme? No, you wouldn't do such a thing. Or would he? I don't know you. Or perhaps Catherine, in her own psychotic state, killed herself to spite him? Rosa stared at the man beside her. He is not to be trusted, child. He is a demon. Close to a monster, like I said. I got it. He's a demon. Guilherme returned. Oh god. Guilherme returned to Rosa's angry stare with a resolute look. I know you must hate me, Rosa. I am aware that I only aggravated Catherine's condition with my presence. I'm sorry, now you're saying the things I want to hear? Yeah, I ain't trusted you. I was just thinking this, and now you're saying it? This could all be stacked up to coincidence, but I am not taking it. I know the feeling when I am not wanted. Then leave, sir. He stood up, a hard yet kind look on his face. Just remember that I will always be here for you. As such, I was there for Catherine, as much as I was there for Catherine, even though she spat me out. Rosa bit her lip. She didn't like you? Catherine didn't like you? How dare you? What did you do to Catherine? What did you do to the doll? What did you do to her? Okay. When Catherine had refused to eat, it had been Guilherme who fed her and attended to her. Despite Catherine hurling abuse at him, he had tried to care for the sick woman himself. Lies, all lies, keeping up appearances. You know, I can see that. I can see that, Mother. Then what is it that he has done, Mother? Catherine committed suicide. It was not done by his hand that she had died. Are you just going to leave it at that? Look at his face. Tell me you trust him wholeheartedly. Not that face. Currently, he kind of looks like he's giving me an angry stare. Rosa tried to search for the answer in Guillermo's eyes, but as always, his face betrayed only few emotions. I don't know. God, my eye is so itchy right now. Ugh. Mother was screaming now. He killed her. I am sure he did. And you're letting him get away with it? Please, my head hurts. And you say you loved her? Oh, don't you bring this up on me, Mother. You never loved her, you selfish child. I've always known you were this selfish. Just like your father. Do not bring my father into this. I do not know how my father is or what he has done, but do not bring him into this. Stop. See, Rosa agrees the same. I almost called her Catherine. I miss her so much. We just met her. She was adorable. And then we get that picture. Oh God. You throw people away. Didn't you throw me away when I was inconvenienced to you? Okay, I don't like throwing people away. And I would not throw my mother away. Admit it, I deny. You were secretly relieved I died. Well, let's not say that. But let us also question why this has changed color. No, stop it. She screamed back at that last voice. Her mouth quivered. Guillermo stared at Rosa in shock. The outburst had accidentally come out loud. It pulled a plug that kept the tears from pouring out. Now her vision clouded, and she blinked them away again and again. She was not sobbing. She did not even realize her face was wet. Guillermo and Rosa stared at each other, both kindred in their sorrow. He knelt down by Rosa's bed and wiped her tears with his hand. He did not say anything while doing this, and Rosa stared blankly ahead. It almost stunned her how many tears a person's eyes could carry. I loved her too, Rosa. You shut your face. I'm starting to distrust you, sir. I don't know why, but I am getting a distrust in you. He said it after a while. I know what you're feeling. You could not possibly know. She was the best of friends. We were amazing. She stole bread from me. She didn't know if it was her own or if Mother's anger was somehow influencing her, but her chest heaved. She balled up her fist so tightly that her fingernails hurt. Shut up. She spat, and the man recoiled at the uncharacteristic bitterness of her words. Catherine was afraid of you in her last days. You did something to her. What did you do? I know it. What did you do? Guillermo, explain yourself. Explain yourself. She could feel Mother inside her head, building up her anger. He has to be punished. You are to blame. He has to atone. You know you are guilty. He must be punished. Guillermo stared at her, dumbfounded for a few seconds. But the man didn't try to appease her. He only step away. For you, it is a 10-foot rule. 10-foot rule. He only stepped closer to Rosa and wrapped his arms around the hysterical girl. Let me go. What part of 10 feet do you not understand, sir? I hate you. Let me go. Listen to her. Listen to her. Let her go. But Guillermo didn't. Of course he didn't. Why would he? Mr. Earring Man. If you need something to hate, then I'll accept your hate. Die. I swear he is in our head. Every time we think of something, he says the verbal agreement with it before we say it. But you must accept my comfort too. I will accept nothing from you. I need you too right now. You are the only one who loved her as much as I did. You didn't love her. From the words of what they are saying, you did not love her. Glemma's words brought back Catherine and Rosa's mind. Almost at once, the anger was replaced with a sadness so heavy she couldn't breathe. Why was she so angry again? She was focusing on her anger instead of pain. It was easier. The real tears came, all for the loss of the girl they both loved. Tomorrow was not going to come. There was only right now, the loss, and two friends mourning a loved one. Rosa cried until she thought she wouldn't be able to stop, but Glemma quietly held her. Back away. You know what? I'll be kind to you. I'll drop it down to 7. 7-foot rule. Slowly, her weeping began to subside into sobs, and only then did she speak again. Stay in the... Oh God, how did you pronounce this? How do we pronounce this again? Stay in the château, Rosa. I know you are thinking of leaving now that Catherine is gone, but I can't let you wander the streets again. I will take care of you. It's what Catherine would have wanted. Don't you dare say that. Don't you dare bring up like that. Oh, it's what they would have wanted. You don't know what they would have wanted. Like a spell being broken, these words brought back her anger. How could you possibly know what Catherine wants? Yes, see, I agree with Rosa, because I am technically her mother. She pushed his arms away from her. Yes, 7 foot. She's dead. Glemma's mouth pursed, and he stepped away. I want you to go. Please leave me alone. Glemma sighed and closed his eyes. I understand. Yes, you do. Now get out of here. He turned on his heels and left without a word. Good. Hours seemed like minutes to her. She would fall asleep and awaken in unfit intervals so often that she had lost the exact time. Awake, she would stare at a part of the wall with no coherent thoughts forming in her mind. One would think morning would be spent in a depressive frenzy. All the thoughts to grieve are yours, after all. Wait, did I read that right? Nah. I was trying to hit backspace to see if that would work. It didn't. All the reasons to grieve are yours, after all. She could wail now if she wanted to. She could pull out her hair, curse the skies. She could reminisce the past, admire the frailty of human lives. Unfortunately, it was something less poetic. Pain was simple. It was clean. It was a well-sharpened knife that sliced through the heart in one stroke. God, I could not get that out. No blood, no mess. Empty. When tears were spent, there was just a hole where her heart had been. The hurt called out to you. It lingered. But since there was nothing anymore, you couldn't find where the pain ended and you began. Rosa slept all day. The sun had gone down twice before she shifted from her bed. Wow, Rosa. Impressive. She stood up slowly, deliberately, with a purpose. My child, you know I hurt when you're hurt. Already a surge of power flowed within her, fueled by her grief. Wait, power? The power filled her up, and there was so much emptiness inside her that the energy seemed to saturate her whole body. Purpose was always a balm for grief. Mother, tell me what to do. Justice, retribution. Oh. Personally, let's get some justice in here. Start with his guilt, child. Then deliver punishment fitting for one so vile. He cannot get away with this. Justice fighter, yeah. Also, I'm sorry, what? What is this? We seem to be glowing. Rosa didn't speak, but she started to form the words in her mind, feeling them in her bones, giving life to every thought. She took a small knife and carved a symbol on the floor. Are we a witch? It didn't need much. A guilt spell. We are a witch. It didn't aim to punish, it only aimed to inform. She needed to know how much guilt the man carried and the source of such guilt. It was the guilt and not... I'm sorry. Ugh. If the guilt was concentrated and came from a direct action, then she would know Guillemette did something to Catherine. It had been a while since she had used magic. We are a witch. Oh my god, we're a witch. Oh, this game got 10 times better. It used to be the only way she could protect herself from the world. Mother had taught her. And now Mother guided her as she cast her spell. Thinking on it now, it could be our actual mother in our head. Huh. Still freaky. She needed a possession of the man. Rosa opted for his voice, still fresh from memory. She focused on the last conversation they shared. If you need something to hate, I will take care of you. God, that one scene is like dropped all respect I had for him. I don't know who to trust. Wrong, actually. I trust Rosa. Rosa, I need you. You shut your face. His words made Rosa feel distressed and confused. Always, it was this way with him. The feeling wasn't foreign. It had been there for years. I will always be there for you. Oh, Jesus. Rosa felt a violent force upturn her stomach. It was that horrid lurch just before vomiting. You failed. The spell collapsed in her brain. Oh god, we failed? No, it's my first spell of the game. I can't fail. Focus, idiot child, or you'll lose your chance. Rosa tried again. This time she focused on Guillemot's eyes. Alright, a train is about to pass by, and I don't know if it'll appear or not. Or never mind, it might be... Never mind, it's going away. Forget what I said. I'm not I don't know anything. Focused on Guillemot's eyes. Cold, like flints of steel. Dark and fathomless. No grief except, perhaps, for the situation. No Catherine. No pain of loss. This didn't matter to her. Their relationship was dying anyway. Where was his guilt? Rosa dug deeper. She increased the chanting on her lips. No torment. No uncertainty. No guilt. Did the spell fail again? No, we didn't have that, flash of red. She searched once more and found nothing. There was no guilt in Guillemot's eyes. She could stop the spell now, knowing that he was innocent. Oh, if the spell had worked, then Guillemot was blameless. But this absence was most distressing. What do you mean absence? Rosa desperately pushed her mind further, almost wishing there were traces hiding beneath her reach. Guilt should be present in any loss, no matter how little. Don't we blame ourselves for our own loss? Don't we hate ourselves and punish ourselves even if it wasn't our fault? It didn't have to be real. But, God, I had to read the words there. But we need guilt to feel pain. But Guillemot didn't have a sliver of guilt. Oh, Jesus, I think we failed again. The vicious pain took hold of her again, squeezing her stomach with murderous intent. The pain was so great, Rosa wasn't sure if the spell had failed or succeeded. I'm sorry, the great pain means the spell succeeds? Something is wrong. Oh, there's another one. before, yeah, but before Rosa could agree with Mother, she felt a sharp pain in her throat. Rosa clutched her neck, scraping, scratching. A sharp, jagged lump was blocking her breathing. What's going on? I'm scared. She could feel its edges crawling up her windpipe, tearing the soft walls as it moved about. Ugh. Oh, thank God I can't feel that. Oh, there's another one. The pain did not stop. Oh God. Rosa. Rosa, do not die on me. Rosa fell to her knees and gagged. Huge strips of blood spotted spit ran down her chin. Okay, this is a lovely story. She thrashed about like a woman being strangled. Mother remained calm, unaffected by Rosa's distress. I think she'd be a little affected. Rosa was about to expel whatever it was. Yes, expel it. Vomit it up, so you may breathe once again. Tears ran down her face. The horrible, acidic taste coated her tongue. Ah. Finally, she opened her mouth and forced the vile thing out. Oh, God. That sounded more like a gash you would hear, not like a throwing up. Although, you know what? I think it's best. She kept her eyes shut, afraid to look at whatever had come out of her. Okay, that's kind of what I was looking for. But the choking feeling gripped her, and she puked again. The liquid dripping down her mouth thickened and congealed. It wasn't spit anymore, but blood. It gathered around her knees in a growing pool. Rosa panted. Every breath was laced with pain, but the gruesome effect had finally stopped. Well, that's nice. No more choking. She wiped the sweat from her forehead, on her forehead. Something on the floor reflected light. She struggled to comprehend what was in front of her. She reached out with her hand, and the prick of something sharp made her recoil. She tried again, this time seeing more clearly. Rosa picked them up with her shaking hands. Needles? I'm sorry, we puked up needles? I'm sorry, needles were in our throat? Those long needles? Oh my God. Oh God, witchcraft is dangerous. Don't do witchcraft at home, kids. You could get this. In her palms were a handful of long metal needles. She had regurgitated them along with blood and jagged pieces of flesh. Oh. Rosa examined them with a horrified kind of curiosity. She stuck one in her thumb and drew more blood. Yes, that's what we need. They were real. Didn't you prick yourself first trying to touch it? They had materialized in her throat while casting the spell on Guilherme. What does that mean? Rosa wiped her mouth. There was something wrong with him. Oh. That's good to know. Something potent and dark. Well, if that's true, then maybe did he do something to Catherine? Maybe he did do something with Catherine. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad if it was him who killed Catherine. Or could it be that she had merely botched the spell horribly? No, let's say you succeeded and that he's a terrible person. She had pushed her limits this time. She had gone too far. But still, a tugging concern was forming. It was as real as the metal needles in her hand. Rosa tried to stand up on her feet, but she was exhausted. Her knees failed her, and she crumbled on the floor like a rag, hopefully not landing on the needles. I knew it. We must get to the bottom of this. Let's get to the bottom of this. Are you quite all right, my darling? Now you see it too. There is a sinister force at work. Get up. We have a lot of work to do. We must find out what he is and stop him. Rosa stared at the needles in her hand. Who are you really, Guilherme? Is that it? Oh. Chapter 3. Portraits. Candlelit. Okay, um, I'm actually gonna end right here because it is like 1:20 right now, and I'm gonna go to sleep. But yeah, this story. Whoa, did that take a left turn after a right turn? But yeah, I'm enjoying this, and I hope you guys are too. I really do hope so. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna leave it here. If you liked the video, obviously leave a like, comments if I have done something horribly wrong or just said something horribly wrong. And if you liked me well enough, please subscribe. I'd love it. And anyway, I don't know how to end this. God, try to think of like a catchy way to end it. I guess a simple goodbye will do. See you. Ooh, actually, how about this? 7 Fox signing off. Yeah, that could work.